These are really good. Holy shit, these are really good. Damn. So I think the difference, like, so now in current WoW, there are all these other things that basically give you health. There is like, okay, this gives you health, this gives you health, this gives you HP, and everything like that. And I think really the big difference between current WoW and classic WoW is back in the day, like, if you wanted to heal, you gotta heal. And now you don't have to worry about any of that shit because you have Leech and all of this other stuff. But like, how much passive regen do you have whenever you're just playing a low-level character? Hardly any. And I think that's a huge difference between what we have now and what we had then. So I'm actually, I don't know, which one do you guys like more? I know obviously everybody's watching Classic right now, so you're probably going to say Classic. But which one do you like more? Like being able to have like the own self-recovery like you have in current WoW? Or do you like it or like the way it is in Classic? Like Classic more? So I feel like everybody, if you ask their honest opinion, most people would say probably retail, right? A lot of you guys are saying classic, right? But I feel like most people just say that because I think people trend towards saying they like things that are harder. I don't really know why. I don't know, that didn't sound very good, but you guys know what I'm talking about, right? You're like, oh yeah, I like it whenever it's really, really hard. But I think most players would kind of want, it's like you say you like that, you're like, oh, this is what I want, and then you're leveling, or you're doing a fucking dungeon, and you haven't gotten to heal for 18 seconds. You're sitting at 10% health, and the next AoE is about to go out, and you know it's gonna fucking kill you. Your potion's on cooldown, or maybe it's not on cooldown, but there's no goddamn way you're gonna use a potion because your brain-dead healers won't be able to cast a heal in the better part of a fucking minute on you. So you're just sitting there, not getting healed, nothing's happening the way you want it to. Oh, is this the guy? That's Zavaras. Okay, let's go kill Zavaras, and we'll get him out of the way. Hey, mages can blink and get 30% health back? Yeah, get 30% health back through blink. That's way too fucking much. I think that kind of stuff is crazy. But also, I guess I like the way that it was in retail in a way. But I think that it's too overboard now. Like, players just have so much control. So much control over everything. And you can do everything yourself, and you don't really have to rely on other people. Which is like, I feel like you don't always feel stronger whenever you're playing with somebody else in retail, but in Classic, I really do feel a difference in like being able to do more things in the game. Because the game isn't hard, and this is one thing that nobody ever really talks about, but Classic WoW isn't hard. Like, these bosses are not hard to kill. Like this guy, you know what Zavaras, you know what he does? I can guarantee you I know what he does. Nothing. He probably does nothing. He does no real, no mechanics. He literally just melee. Oh, he's dead. Okay, that's what he is. He's dead. But if I had to deal with him solo, the way that I would have to approach this is completely different. And because the way that I have to approach it is different, I think that makes the gain of being in a group much bigger because you're able to see what you're not now able to do. So like if you're a warrior and a healer, now as a warrior, you can play without ever having to take a break. Whereas beforehand, you'd have to sit there and fucking wait between every single mob and eat. If you're playing with a rogue or something like that, that allows you to not have to worry about doing like a 2-pull or something like that because the rogue can sap them or do extra damage. So there's all these different ways that, you know, playing with other people in Classic has these different, it's almost like, let me think of a way to put it. It's like pieces of a puzzle. It's pieces of a puzzle. And whenever you're putting together all of these pieces of the puzzle, you feel really good because it's like you completed something. And now, I don't really think that happens. And it's like everybody's the whole puzzle, it's just the puzzle doesn't really matter as much. And everybody's the same puzzle, I guess. It's like, imagine like this, okay? Okay, think about, yeah, okay. Yeah, all right, this is a good example. All right, think about this. You have a jigsaw puzzle. And it has, 10 different pieces for each class, or 9 different pieces for each class. Each different player, each different class is one jigsaw piece. And in retail, you're the entire puzzle, but you're just a different color. That's basically the way that I feel like the difference is happening. And I like what they do in Classic a lot more, because it re-emphasizes and it makes you feel better about leveling, right? True, exactly. Is that a good metaphor? Have I actually done a good metaphor for once? Hopefully I will. We kill this guy right here. There we fucking go. Get them out of the way, boys. Let's get this shit done. There we go. All right, just do ASMR from talking for 8 hours. I do my best, okay? I don't know if I can do ASMR of me talking for 8 hours, though. And so this guy over here, we need one more Felsworn. You know what's really great about Vanilla WoW 2? Completing an entire quest area, killing every single available mob, and then still not being able to complete your quest, even though you had no competition at all, and you still didn't have enough mobs to complete your one solo quest. This is amazing. You know, I can't believe this game is so great. It's honestly I designed it to play with other people and interact with the community. Well, that's the thing, right? Is like, the game was so, like, it was so punishing in a way. It's like, you know, the worst part about it, it's like watching the Titanic sink whenever you're a warrior and you aggro 2 different mobs. You know that you're going to be dead in about 25 seconds. You know what's going to happen. And you've got to sit there, and you've just got to wait. And, okay, here we go. When's it going to happen? Here we go. Okay. All right, now I'm dead. You know, and I think also, like, even though Classic was really easy in a lot of ways, players didn't have as many tools as they do now in retail WoW in order to solve problems. So Classic's problems were much bigger in comparison. Because, like, if you go now and you do Classic content with, like, retail abilities and everything, the raids fall over in a matter of seconds. But if you went back and you did it in Classic, they might still fall over in a couple of seconds, but you need a lot of buffs to do that and everything else like that. I'm talking about just like a random fucking pug of people. A random fucking pug of people could complete the content so easily. It's not even a big deal at all. Okay, now let's go turn in these 3 quests, boys. We got the red quest. We're just going to pop them off. And then I think after this, we go inside into the, the underground area with the Dreadlord at the end of it. So I'm excited to do that because the last time I did that, I think was at level 70 or something like that. Where are you putting Classic? Waste of time will end soon? Well, what do you mean? Waste of time and what's strange to me? Well, what is a waste of time, right? I think a waste of time is whenever you're doing something that you don't enjoy. And for me, I enjoy playing Classic. I think that it's a fun time. Obviously, the game's a lot different than it was back whenever I was 16. Everything has changed. But for the most part, it's still kind of the same original thing. I still can play through the game and have a lot of the same memories. You know, I'm playing with these same people every day. I'm forging relationships. I'm building friendships. These are things that don't happen on retail WoW because you don't need to do it. It's easier for everyone to just sit there in their own little cubicle and toil away at world quests all day long. It's easier, and that's why everybody does it. It's because it's easy. And that's the truth. It's simpler, it's cleaner, you don't have to go out. Why would you go out of your way to invite and play with somebody else whenever they're not really going to make it go any faster? Both of you aggro a quest mob, the quest mob's health goes up. So that creates an idea in your head, would I be doing this faster without this person? Because now the quest mob's health is going up, and now this person isn't doing that much damage. So now you feel like you're actively being held back by your friend. Like, these types of things are just fucking terrible. And this is the way that Classic has kind of avoided that kind of stuff. But I feel like in general, can I fucking... Okay, I'm going to turn this in. Can I vendor any of my stuff here? I'm trying to look around. Further corruption. Okay, let me get that done. Okay, so I guess I can't vendor anything, can I? Shit, I'm looking around. Damn. Yeah, I guess I can't. That's too bad. Okay, well, I'll go over here and I'll turn these in and get rid of these. Okay, what can I get rid of? I'll just use this on myself right now. Fuck it. Okay. Collect the corrupt water. Alrighty, we'll go do this. Do we have other quests? Yes, we do. Alright, boys, let's roll out. So we need to do, let's do, I guess, further corruption. That'd be probably the coolest one to do. Actually, I'll just follow them. We'll go wherever they want me to go. And I think these are the Deadwind Feathers. You can do these for Furbolg, Timbermaw Rep. You often criticize Wrath of the Lich King, though. But in your opinion, what was the best thing out of Wrath of the Lich King? The best thing out of Wrath of the Lich King was Ulduar. Ulduar was in my opinion, the best raid ever created. Blizzard has never made a raid better than Ulduar. Never. I think that Throne of Thunder, the only thing that I could maybe say is Throne of Thunder might be as good as Ulduar. And besides that, I don't really think that's I think it's pretty much just Ulduar. And Ulduar, let's see, other things that was good about Wrath. well, this kind of ties into Wrath, was the optional hard modes. I think the optional hard modes that we had back then were also really, really cool. So I like that a lot. And besides that, let me think, what else is there? Class balance was solid in Wrath. Yeah, class balance was, I think class balance was really good. Let me think, what else? Best raid in WoD, I think was Blackrock Foundry. So what else was good about Wrath? What do you guys think was good about Wrath? Winter Grasp was really cool. I like the idea. I like the idea of having vehicles in the game. It just seems like it makes it more of a interactive thing. The lore, I mean, like, yeah, I guess, like, the lore, but that's not really about Wrath. I mean, that's like Warcraft 3. They're just making a lore thing about Warcraft 3. I mean, I guess, like, you know what? The end of the Lich King was satisfying for basically everyone. So it's not like anything... It's not like we have like a Game of Thrones situation where people had waited, you know, years and years and years of build up, and then finally it comes out and people are like, oh, what the fuck is this? You know? So I guess, yeah, the ending of Wrath was really good. I'd agree with that. What do you think about Sunwell Plateau? I think it was too hard. Sunwell Plateau was probably too hard for a lot of players. And, like, the reason, like, so here's whenever I think a raid is too hard. Here's when I think, this is what I consider, like, too hard. And, like, there are other things I think consider too hard, but, like, the main reason why I think Sunwell is too hard is because it made it to where certain classes weren't really able to be brought to certain fights because they just didn't have a use. So, for example, like, I remember Paladins, for whatever reason, weren't very good in Sunwell, and they would have to, the Paladin's job in Sunwell was to buff the real raid before they zoned in and they actually got the work done. And I think this is the same problem that happened with what was it? Fucking Kil'jaeden is and also just in general Siege or sorry, Tomb of Sargeras. Tomb of Sargeras was so fucking hard that you couldn't even bring half the classes because they just couldn't meet the damage requirements. At that point, I think it becomes too difficult, and I think Blizzard should nerf it. Overall though, I think that, yeah, like, Sunwell wasn't, like, nowadays I think it'd be fine, but for players then, I do think it was a little bit too hard overall. KJ took 15% increased holy damage in Sunwell Plateau. Yeah, but in order to do like, I'm talking about holy paladins. Like, I don't know about rep paladins. I don't remember how good they were back then. But overall, like, I remember, like, for healers, there were, like, no holy paladins in Sunwell, at least in a lot of guilds that I remember, right? And overall, I just think that that's the line. Whenever you feel like you can't bring a certain class, or like it's not even really, like, feasible to do that, or it's just like a huge disadvantage, that's whenever I think that the raids are too hard. And that also, like, kind of ties into the classes not being balanced very well. Because if there's, like, one class that you just can never bring to anything, that seems like a problem with the class and maybe not the raid. So I think it goes both ways. That's definitely true, too. I think the end of cinematic of Wrath, I think it's suffocating because Arthas died. Well, I mean, I don't know. Like, I feel like Arthas dying, like, this is... Arthas, in my opinion, it ended exactly the way that I had wanted it to end. Like, I was happy and satisfied with the way that it ended. Now, obviously, like, everybody wants to, you know, they want to obviously bring shit up and complain about it, whatever. But I think that in general, like, yeah, I'm not... I don't know. I just think Arthas went pretty well. Like, overall, Wrath was really good. The only sore spot of Wrath, I mean, everybody knows what the sore spot of Wrath was, right? Fucking TOC. And, like, the worst thing about TOC wasn't even TOC. The worst thing about TOC is it invalidated all of the rest of the content that came before it. Like, TOC was so easy, and, like, the entry content was so easy, and you're able to get badge gear so easily, you never even needed to do Old War. And that was the worst fucking thing. Ruby Sanctum? No, Ruby Sanctum was fine. I actually have no problem. Oh, Moonwell, right, sorry. Ruby Sanctum was completely fine. Why was Ruby Sanctum fine? I'll tell you why. Because at that point, nobody gave a fuck. I remember making a joke that you could literally have a kid in the time that ICC was out. And you could have gotten pregnant and had a kid in the time that ICC was out. And that's actually true. Where's the canteen here? Oh, are we leaving? I thought we had to go down there. I'll just go ahead and I'll follow them. Corrupt Moonwell Water. Yeah, I'm just going to follow these guys, and I think they know where to go. Best thing it ever created in Wrath was the Storm Peaks designed with flying mounts in mind. I enjoyed that so much. I wish Blizzard would make new zones like that. What do you think? What do I think about Storm Peaks in general? Let me think. Yeah, I agree. I actually think that's how they should handle. Where are we going now? Oh, we're turning this in, right? Maybe we are? Let me see. What else do we have to do? Collection of corrupt water. I'm not sure why we're not doing this one yet, but I think that we might just be doing this one afterwards. Music's a little loud. Let me go ahead and turn it down in a second. What do you think about the Sartharian raid? I actually think... Now, first thing, before I say it, what did you guys think about Obsidian Sanctum in Wrath of the Lich King, if you played then? Back in the day. Like OS, Sartharian, all that kind of stuff. What do you guys think? Herald of the Titans, yeah, good. I thought it was amazing. Sartharian was the only good part of the first tier. So doing Naxxramas again was cool, but the fact is that it was probably... I don't know if it was undertuned or not. I mean, because it was supposed to be an entry-level raid. So, I mean, if you make an entry-level raid, that's fine. I think that really the problem with Tier 7 is that there was no real challenging content that was, like, that big, right? Like, obviously, a Sartharian 3 Drakes was challenging, but that's like, oh, there's one fight that's hard, and everything else can be steamrolled by any sort of a guild with any sort of a pulse. I don't like that. I think that was too easy. And so I'd like to see that changed, and I wish that basically they had made it where, like, Nax 10-man was really easy, but Nax 25-man was really hard, and they probably should have just added more mechanics into the bosses. And I think if they had done that, they would have been able to tune them better. Because what it seemed like they did is they basically just re-released the bosses, and they said, hey, here you go. But what they didn't account for is the fact that player skill had gone up much higher, players' computers were much better, so you didn't have somebody lag out on Thaddeus and kill the raid or something like that. And also, you were only dealing with organizing 25 people versus 40. So all of these different things obviously made it much easier in the Barrens. Let's go up here. Let's do further corruption. We'll get that out of the way, and we can just fight our way through there. It might be kind of hard since a lot of the mobs are elite, but I think it'll be okay. And as soon as we do that, let's see, what can we do after that? Oh, we need to do this one here. Where is it? It's in... Is it Tanaris? I forgot which one it is. But I know that I need to get 50, man. I just want to get 50 and get this fucking done, man. What about EOE? I remember going to Nax with 9 people and Greens at 80 and taking down Lotheb. Well, Lotheb was super easy. Like, all these other bosses were super easy. What I think that I should have done, right, is that... Or, sorry, what they should have done. I don't know why I said I. But they should have just made Nax 25 really hard, added 2 or 3 new mechanics to all of the bosses in the raid, and then actually tuned it properly. Because, I remember the raids were so easy. They were so easy that there were literally achievements for doing them without 5 extra people. Like doing the 25-man raid with 20 people. What the fuck? It's like, imagine an achievement for doing a mythic raid with 15 people. For one, that kind of achievement is fucking stupid. And 2, you can't have something like that and then not just have to admit that the fight is a fucking joke. The fight was a fucking joke. And every single one, I remember the first time, and my guild, to be fair, my guild did 60 Nax. So by the time that we got into 80 Nax, everybody remembered a lot of the mechanics. So this did give us a pretty big advantage. But, we one-shot Kel'Thuzad on 25 men. The last boss. Because I remember the first 2 weeks we one-shot him, and then the 3rd week, we wiped. And shouldn't we go this way? Just a second. Yeah, the 3rd week we wiped, and that was really, really, really embarrassing. I was super... Oh, it's up north? I think it's down here, isn't it? Just a second. Where are we going? I'm gonna figure this out first, and then I'll go from there. Okay, top 3 raid bosses to ever tank. What do you think about Blizzard releasing Classic Phase 1 version of Unmolk Core Ragdown in less than a week? Wait, Blizzard releasing Classic Phase 1, the nerf version of Molten Core. What nerf version of Molten Core? I hate to say this, guys, but Every version of Molten Core is the nerfed version of Molten Core. Do you know why? Because it's an easy raid with relatively no mechanics. We're just better. Like, I'm sorry to say, we're just better now than we were. And people can complain about that or whatever, but that's all there is to it. I'm sorry to say, but we've gotten much better at the game. Everybody has gotten better, and that's all there is to it. We've just gotten a lot better. What raid and dungeon has a better atmosphere than Karazhan, in your opinion? I think Old War does. Old War has a very good atmosphere. I like Old War a lot, and let's see. Besides Old War, let me think. Oh, this is the Warlock quest. This is where you summon a chicken or something, isn't it? I remember something stupid like that. There's a giant chicken or something that you need to kill. Easy to say whenever all the people can do is a nerf version. Well, yeah, but I mean, like, all you have to do is go watch the world first kills of Rag and stuff like that. People are AFK, like, typing to their friends during the fight. I mean, how can you ever say that the fight is going to be hard? Like, listen, vanilla WoW was not hard. Like, come on. I really don't think that's it. Just because some people can't complete the content doesn't necessarily mean that it is hard either. It's not hard for a good player. Like, any Mythic Raider now, like, let me say this. Any Mythic Raider now would be able to complete all of the vanilla WoW content without any challenge whatsoever. It wouldn't even be hard for them. They would just be able to just completely overwhelm all of the content. It would be no big deal, and that's it. And, yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, whenever a raid group goes into Molten Core and they have level 57s in there, oh, wow. They don't complete the whole thing. This is a max level raid that is it's like, imagine, that's the worst way to look at it, man. It's literally the worst fucking way to look at it. Of course they didn't complete it. They didn't even, not everybody there was even 60. Like, I mean, the fact that Apes did it whenever people weren't 60 was incredibly impressive, but that also, I think that more goes to show that they're just a really good guild full of good players, not necessarily that the content is really hard or easy or anything like that. But I think it's a little bit more. Obviously, whenever you're doing it at level 55, that's one thing, though. That is true. Let's get these cock boys over here. Round them up. Get all these guys. This is gonna be easy. Just kill everything right here. Challenge is the gear check, not the skill check. But is it really a gear check if you can do it without being max level? Right? I mean, like, it's... The thing is that it's the same as, like, Mythic Raids. For a really, really, really good guild, you can do it with shitty gear. But you're right. Once you have a dog shit ass garbage shit guild that goes in there, why am I in the, nobody told me about that, how, I lagged, man, what's this lag, dude? Yeah, if that happens, you're gonna have some trouble. But for the most part, unless you have people in the guild that are brain dead, you're gonna be fucking fine, man. You're gonna be fucking fine. So I don't think there's any problem or any reason to worry about this at all. Okay? Like the classic raids, we are going to go in there, and you guys can clip this. You dumb fucks can clip this right now. We are gonna go in there, and in probably... I expect that we will clear it on the first day. I think that we will. I think we will clear MC on day one. Now, I might be wrong about that, but I think that we will. It's a good possibility that we will. Like, we're going to go in there, because we're not going for a week one clear. So we're going to be going in there with a number of pre-raid BIS items. We're going to just go in there. Obviously, you're going to have myself raid leading, one of the most legendary raid leaders of all time. So whenever you combine, you know, my tactician skill and my tactical knowledge and strategic planning with the people in the guild being able to execute their one-button rotations at the highest value possible, the combination that you get whenever you put those two things together, it's just impossible to lose. That's all there is to it. It's just impossible to lose. And yeah, there's like, so I didn't know. I mean, so it's a big lore guy. Am I a big lore guy? I'm not a big lore guy, but I know a lot about the lore. Or not a lot, but I know a good bit about the lore. Check mage damage breakdowns in classic Warcraft logs. Mage damage breakdowns in classic Warcraft logs. Okay. Let me finish the quest, and as we're riding back, I am going to look at this. I'm really curious to see what this is going to be. Well, I'm not curious. I know what it's going to be, but I still want to look at it anyway, because I think it's going to be really fucking funny to see. Okay, we've got all these. Flute of Zavrik. Did I get his flute? Nice, I did. Oh, it begins a quest. Oh, wow. Okay, just a second. Let me do this. Okay, I can throw this away now. I don't really need that anymore. Okay, so the Flute of Zavrik. Bring the Flute of Zavrik and 5 Jadefire Fell samples to Iridan Bluewind. Okay, so we just need to get Fell samples. Alright, that's easy. So how the hell do we get that? Do we just have to kill the random mobs? I'm assuming that we do. Okay, so this guy, yeah, we just need to kill more of these. Other satyrs carry clues. Okay, alright, there we go. We have to get their blues clues. What are your plans after doing all the classic content? Going back to retail and complaining about it. That's about it. Yeah, going back to retail, complaining about it, then complaining that new classic content isn't out yet, and then I'll probably find other things to complain about on top of that. But like, yeah, basically those two things. So yeah, I'm gonna go back to retail. Obviously, focus on that. I like retail WoW in a lot of ways, but there are a lot of other ways that I don't like it. I think that a lot of people might forget that I've played WoW and I've stuck with WoW longer than hardly almost anybody else, right? A lot of the other streamers. So I've always been very, very motivated to, you know, like farm things out in the game and all this other stupid ass shit. So like, I know this sounds like kind of ridiculous that, you know, people would want to do this and like do vanilla WoW. But to me, it's just something that I've done for so long, it just feels right to do. And it sounds dumb, but yeah, there it is. It just feels right to do. Okay, let's kill these guys here. So we need to get, how many more of these we need? 5 Jadefire Fellbinds. We can just pick up another big pack of them, I guess. I'll go ahead and I'll go this way. Do you guys think we're going to aggro too many of them here? I think we are. I think we're about to aggro too many of them. We're going to wipe. Yeah, we're going to wipe. It's 100% wipe. 100% wipe. No way this isn't 100% wipe. Okay, so guys, you're gonna watch me wipe here in Fellwood. Okay, we need to kill these guys. Take them over to the casters. Take them over to the casters. I use a, oh, there we go, there we go. Nice. Maybe I'll get like one more tick off on him. Shit. Okay, right as I said that, dude, I started procking, dude. Okay. Kill these guys here. Okay, no, we're actually not gonna wipe. Damn. Okay, fuck yeah, we're doing great. Ninja's starting to play WoW. That's about time, dude. It's about fucking time. Have you done Sunken Temple yet? No, I haven't done it yet. I will be doing it today, though. I definitely will. Okay, let's go. Vanilla's overrated. TBC was excellent and added a lot of areas. Well, I think TBC was really good. There's a lot of problems that I have with TBC and concerns that I have with it. But overall, I do think TBC was a very, very good expansion. And it was the best expansion. TBC was like... It was everything... that was Classic Plus. I believe, like, TBC was basically Classic Plus. Let's go kill these two guys while the other ones respawn. Like, a lot of the content that we had there, yeah, it was Classic Plus. TBC, like, I don't really care about Wrath of the Lich King private servers or legacy servers. Like, do I want them? Would I play them? Yeah, I'd play a Wrath of the Lich King private server. Of course I would. But do I really care? Is this something I'm going to, like, super advocate for? You know, whatever. I got 5 of mine. 5. Okay, let's go. And now we're going to go all the way back. All right, so we're going back to the quest giver. Let me show you guys. Let's look at classic Warcraft logs. Okay, just give me a second. Let's take a look at what we've got going on here. Warcraft logs. Okay. Just a minute. I'm stuck in a tree. Okay, so here we go. Let's look at classic Warcraft logs and Molten Core. So let's look at all stars for DPS. So this is the 4th highest damage on Onyxia of all time. His damage breakdown. Let's look at what he did. Okay, that's great. This is, you know, very, very high-end damage. Okay, let's see what we've got here. Are there any more mechanics like this, too? Oh, here's another one. Literally, that's it. You just go in there. That's it. And he shot with his wand. Okay, that's actually true. He did shoot with his wand. Let's look at Custard. Arcane Explosion. He's likes to mix it up a little bit. I like that. Frostbolt. Arcane Explosion. He had one Arcane Explosion and Frostbolt. Another Frostbolt. Arcane Explosion. Look at these guys. Amazing. Frostbolt all the time, and then one Arcane Explosion. This guy watches my stream. Let's see, what else do we have here? Oh, now we have the Fury Warrior here. Melee did... Literally, like, he had 3 buttons. Literally 3 buttons. That's it. Winry? Wait. Winry? I hit 2K with Winry in Burning Crusade. He's back. He was a druid. What the fuck? Oh my god. So... There was a, I remember, yeah, yeah, we got fucking 2K together. Oh my god. It was 1850. I forgot if it was 1850, 2K, 2250. I honestly forgot which one it was. But holy fuck, man. Like, this guy was in my guild. Like, is he on? Let me see if he's on. I don't see him on right now. I forgot. Maybe he might have changed his name though. Yeah, I don't know. What the fuck? Holy shit, man. I got 50. Yeah, we got 1550 together, dude. Okay, so let's look at Luciferon. All right. Yeah, maximum DPS 300. Magmadar, maximum DPS. Look at this guy right here. Okay, let's look at North. Let's look at actually the highest damage on Ragnaros. North, the #1 highest damage on Ragnaros the Fire Lord. I actually should have played a mage. Really, I should have played a mage. They're doing maximum DPS, the highest DPS in the entire group, with one ability. Like I with one fucking button, dude. What am I, dude? I've been fucking up, man. I should have been playing this turn to Darnassus. Ah, shit. Okay, I've got to go do Darnassus. Okay, just a second. Let me turn this one in here. Okay, good. All right, we've got this one here. And where's the next quest that we need to do? Do we need to go up to the top and do the guys up there? I guess we probably should, right? Seeking spiritual aid.